recording. Good morning, everyone. And I want to welcome you once again to this class. Today we'll be talking about permutation and combination. So who can tell us what is permutation? Yes, the floor is open. And what is combination? And what is different between them? Anybody? You can raise up your hand so that I can call you. What is permutation? Yes, Wally.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning, all. I will try and put it in my own words. Permutations deals with the arrangement of a set of, let me use the word data or things which you are trying to arrange, but the arrangement follows a set order.
Okay.
So then combination deals with combining a set of things. I could give examples, but I'm just trying to give the layman's way. But the combinations in this case doesn't follow a set order.
Okay. Okay. Pastor Solomon, over to you. Go ahead. We can't hear you, sir. We still cannot hear you. Sorry. Okay, yes, you can come up now. Go ahead.
Are you hearing me, sir?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
And permutation is an order of arrangement of an object. The combination is just like selection. That's the difference between the two. The combination is arrangement and permutation is selection.
Okay, permutation is arrangement, while combination is selection. Okay, good. I love that. Somebody cannot hear. Yes, please, you can log out and log in. Abimbola Tope, do you have anything to add? Do you have anything to add? No, okay. Yes. Somebody raise up a gift. Over to you.
Yes, sir. The two of them are about arrangement. For permutation has to be orderly in positions. The combination does not require order, for they are arranged, but not in any particular order.
The both of them are for the arrangement. Okay. Johnson, over to you. You can unmute yourself and talk, please.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Okay, permutation is a systematic system of arrangement which has to be orderly, while the combination is just a serial arrangement which is not orderly.
Serial arrangement which is not orderly. Okay. Okay, I hope some of us were jotting different definitions and different perspective. Adenike, you raise up your hand too. Over to you.
Yes, sir. Permutation is an arrangement of an object in an orderly manner.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What happened to combination?
Combination is combining different objects in serial way.
In a serial way. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for this definition from different angles. I really appreciate you. And that's how class supposed to be. And let me quickly say this. There are distinct words for the two. How do I differentiate between permutation? When we are given a question, I'll give you some question and I will ask you, what is it, permutation or combination? How do you know? Immediately you see arrangement, they are talking about permutation. And And when you are talking about selection, is combination. That's the difference. Selection means when I said, okay, select 10 oranges from the basket.
Please come again, sir.
Permutation is simply arrangement, while combination is simply selection, like Pastor Solomon said, and every one of us. Now, remember, when they said arrangement, it means you have to follow orders, right? So that means all of you, you are right. Why, in the other hand, when they are asking us to select, selection does not mean any order. For example, let's give our political arena as an example. Somebody can just wake up today and say, okay, we are selecting this man. Okay, a particular political party in Nigeria just concluded their political party
Convention.
And what they did, can we say they follow permutation or they follow combination when they want to choose when they want to do the election for their chairmanship, for their party? You must be ready to defend it.
Combination.
They do what?
Combination, sir.
Combinations.
Yes.
You have to defend it. How?
Because they are selecting.
Because of selection, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Okay.
they didn't give
Some
them
people
to
believe it's
write
selection.
them.
Okay, let's do it this way. It's a vote. Remember, when democratic regime. If you know it's combination, if you know it's permutation, raise up your hand. Just click, just raise up your hand. Yes, Johnson, yes. Who again? You know it's permutation because you must be able to defend it. That is why I said, some of you, I said combination. Are you ready to defend that combination? If it is permutation, are you ready? Yes. Okay. We have 5. Why is it coming? Okay. We have 4 ends. Yeah. Over to you. Why is it permutation?
We are going to arrange chairmanship, the vice chairman, the secretary, and all the posts that are going to give to everybody. So it's going to be arrangement. I'm not sure it's a combination, because combination is during the election time, and this one is not a direct election.
No. What the question is, they have their chairman now, political party chairman.
Okay.
Is it permutation they use or combination they use for that chairman?
Okay, the chairman they elected, right?
Yes.
It was permutation.
Permutation in your own way is permutation, right? Okay. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, but we will see. Pastor Solomon, which one do you support?
Combination.
Is combination.
Consensus is just a selection.
Consensus is a selection. Okay, Muraina. Bashir. Bashir, unmute yourself.
Sir, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can hear you.
I think it's permutation because it was arranged. So,
okay, you
yes,
think
sir.
It's permutation because it was
arranged by themselves, sir.
By themselves. Okay.
Yes, sir. That is why others had to drop and one person emerged.
Okay, others have to drop. Okay.
And one person emerged.
Joseph.
Thank you.
Deep man.
It's combination, sir.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us.
It's combination because you use the word selection, so they select the person. So it's combination.
Because they select the person. Okay.
Yeah.
How do?
Morning, sir.
Morning.
Yes, sir. I think it's
Okay,
because
why?
yes, because in such position, it's not everybody that can emerge, and it's not one person that will stand and say that I want to contest for chairmanship. So for multiple people to stand and one of them have to be selected, there are some criteria to be met, which the policy permutation order to select those people in order of arrangement, like age, experience in the party, number of projects you have handled, and all that. So it's not everybody that stand up and say they want that chairmanship that have that experience. So the experience will make them to reach the results, sir.
You must be a politician. Okay, let's continue. Okay, and Friday. Okay, go ahead.
Good morning, everyone, and good morning, sir. In my own opinion, I think it's a combination because a particular set of people were in the power to select people who they want to manage that position. Not everybody is qualified to be in the position, and not everybody in the party is qualified to even be among those who will nominate this particular set of people. Take, for example, the president had a very big power in nominating someone who he believes will be suitable for that position. So in my own opinion, it's combination. Thank you.
It's combination. Okay. Isa, over to you. Isa is no more there. Okay. Undubuzi. Okay, Isa is here.
Yeah, I think it's combination because before you can be elected, the masses have to select you.
Select? Yeah. Masses has to select you. Okay. No problem. Okay. Onabanwo. Undubuzi.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma.
I think it's combination. It's combination because it has to do with selection, just like that that lady said. When you, it has to, let me say, it has to do with selection. So when it has to do with selection, it can be grouped under combination, not permutation.
Okay, everybody, you've tried. Okay. Hands down, please. We have a lot of questions to treat in that manner. Hands down. Please, if your name is iPhone, change it to your real name. I want to see your real name. You know yourself.
Agbede Joseph.
Agbede Joseph.
Yes, sir.
Mute yourself.
All right.
Madam iPhone, make sure you change your name by yourself so that I can call you by your name. Okay, let's move on. You can see mathematics and statistics in all our ways. Everything we do is there. So that is the point we are trying to raise. It is not because we are doing political things. That is why, no, but it is because we are working towards achieving something. As a mathematician or as a business analyst or as an insurance person, you should be able to know. You should be able to tell, I'm giving us the application of this particular topic. That is why we throw it open. So that when people are talking out there, you will be able to guide them that, no, listen, this is not a right way, or this is a right way. Now, the definition says permutation is arrangement. Don't use Nigeria context to define what we are doing. Oh, they arrange the man to be a president. No, that is not what we are saying. When we are talking about arrangement, arrangement means, for example, if I ask you, let it be arranged, well arranged, meaning the space, you must not leave, you must not be partial, you must arrange this thing orderliness. You must follow order. Okay, let me ask this question to our Muslim brothers, sisters. When we are going to Jumat to go and worship, are we following combination or we are following permutation in the mosque?
Permutation.
Permutation, sir.
Just raise up your hand. If you know it's permutation, type it. Okay, let's do it that way. If you know it's permutation, type it. And if you know it's combination, type it. Yes, permutation, Daniel. Permutation, okay. Oh, that's good. So we can see that some of us believe it's permutation. Why? Rafat, over to you. Tell us, why is it permutation? Go ahead, talk. I will hear you.
Hello, sir.
Hello, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. It's permutation because we arrange ourselves in the mosque to pray.
We arrange ourselves. You can hear that. It is not possible for Imam to be at the back while you are praying. It's order. It's like the same thing happened in the church. Pastor will not sit down at the back and be ministering to the congregation. He will still be in the front. Are you getting the analysis now? But in the mosque, you cannot scatter. The way of worship is already defined by arrangement. You line up like this, and that is why we do it, orderliness. Same thing applicable in the church. You sit down like this, row by row, line by line, column by column. Am I communicating now? So yes, now, let's now move into, that is the difference. I'm just trying to explain, when you see questions, the examiner can write it anyhow. They can put it, you will see, I will be giving us some of the questions now. I will be talking about it. But remember, I'm just to facilitate, but I will not do that facilitation too much this morning, but rather than we will solve problems, a lot of problems. And what happens? Now, let me quickly share my screen so that all of us can be there together. Yeah. So we are here now. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We can.
Okay, thank you. So
we can see but it's broad.
Don't worry. As time goes on, it will be okay. Let me just, I don't want to read the story. You can read the story on your own. But for us to solve any permutation and combination problem, you must follow this. There's something we call factorial. I ask you to go and get calculator. Factorial is this. Is on your calculator, you can press factorial there. You will see one line like this, probably red or yellow on your own calculator, meaning you have to press shift before you press any number. Now, how do we define what is factorial? And what is, please note, write it down, note that is 0 factorial is equals to 1. Is 0 factorial is equals to 1. Is 0 factorial is equals to 1. So now, when you are talking about n factorial, We are talking about if n is a positive integer, then n is multiplied by all the number in small one. For example, this is n factorial. How do we define n factorial? N factorial can be defined as n multiplied by n factorial multiplied by n minus 1, n minus 2, or I may just remember that this is multiplication. If I don't put multiply there, it's still multiplication. Multiply by n minus 3. Okay, let me put multiplication sign there so that we can get it. N multiplied by n minus 1, multiplied by n minus 2, multiplied by n minus 3, multiply by multiply by 3, multiply by 2, multiply by 1, and multiply by 0 factorial. That is definition. So in this case means if my n is positive integer, for example, if I have 3 factorial, let's say 3 is my n, it simply means I have 3 multiplied by 3 minus 1 multiplied by 3 minus 2 multiplied by 3 minus 3, or factorial. The last one we carry factorial. Let me just clean the board, please. Let me move to the where the board where we can have space. Let me go like this. Actually, this is where the board I use for your set theory. So we're talking about factorial now. So under the factorials, I just said n factorial is the same thing as n multiplied by n minus 1 multiplied by n minus 2 multiplied by n minus 3 multiplied by dots multiplied by 3, 2 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 0 factorial. So everything ends that way. So I just said we have 3 factorial, for example, 3 factorial. What does it mean? 3 is in your hand. So it simply means you have 3 multiplied by 3 minus 1. Multiplied by 3 minus 2, multiplied by 3 minus 3. You know, after 3 minus 3, there's nothing again. So which is simply means 3 multiplied by 3 minus 1 is 2, multiplied by 3 minus this is what? 1, and multiplied by 0 factorial. If you press your calculator, 3 times 2, 6, 6 times 1 times 1, which is the same thing as 6. If you press your calculator, you will see that 3 factorial is 6.
Yes, sir.
Do you get the same thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
Now, let's look at it. From our book, we are told we have different things. That is, we have, let's say, 5 factorial. What does it mean? I can write 5 factorial by saying 5 multiplied by, I don't need to be representing it this way all the time. I don't need all this one all the time. I'm just using it to explain. So I will know at the back of my mind that this thing is minus 1. So meaning 5 multiplied by what? 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1
multiplied by.
I know I don't need to multiply by 0 because I know 0 factorial is 1. 1 multiplied by 1 is also 1.
1.
So I will just stop at 1. Because I know 1 factorial will also give me 1, so I don't need to put factorial again. Otherwise, you can press calculator. What do you get?
120.
120. Now, let's press this one. The same 5 factorial, I can write it in this way, 5 times 4 factorial. What will you get? Just say 4 factorial is what?
4 factorial
20.
is 20. No?
24.
24.
4 factorial.
24, sir.
It's 24.
24.
24.
No,
24
listen.
times 5.
You don't need to say, I'm not saying you should say, hello, listen. I'm not saying you should multiply it by 5. I just say 4 factorial alone.
It's 24.
24.
It's 24.
24 times 5.
120, sir.
120.
The same thing. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Now,
clear, sir.
if I asked you to say 5 factorial is the same thing as 5 multiplied by 4 factorial, 4 multiplied by 3 factorial. So if you, this is 120. So press this one, what do you get?
It's 120 as well.
It's also 120. It's also 120.
Okay.
Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can get you.
Clear.
So if I
Please, I don't understand.
You said what?
Please, I don't understand. How do we get a factorial? Like that 4 times 5.
Listen to me.
A factorial.
Hello. Do you have calculator?
Yes.
Go and get. If you have calculator, scientific calculator, not your phone calculator, is there. You will see where they put something like this. X factorial on your calculator. So press shift, you press 5 and press shift. Then press that symbol. You will get factorial and press equals to. You will have the answer. Is that okay? Let's continue.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So we have 5 factorial equals to 5 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 2, 3 multiplied by 2 factorial. You will still have 120 till you get to the end. So what we are saying is this is the way you solve factorial. But now let me shock you with this. We can have 5. Yes, Friday.
Sorry, sir. I want to know, in this orderly manner that you just put it now, we have to start with the factorial first before multiplying it with the other numbers, right? So as to get accurate numbers.
No, actually, if you know it, you don't need problem.
Okay,
But
sir.
if you don't know it, it's better you start with factorial first and multiply it. It's still the same thing.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Now, look at this question. Divided by 2 factorial. On a normal day, we're supposed to write it this way. 5 multiplied by 4, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 1. Right? Yes, Noah. Nora. You raise up your hand. Mamako. Okay, let's continue. So you discover that this one cancel this, the 2 also cancel. So what is the answer, please?
60.
60, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, if I don't want to write, I can write the same thing by this. 5 factorial divided by 2 factorial, in the sense that 5 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2 factorial divided by 2 factorial. And I can cancel it, 2 factorial cancel. I'll still get the 60. Any question?
Sir, please, I can't hear you.
You said you can?
I've seen it, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Please, sir, can you scroll it down a bit, please? Thank you.
Can you see it now?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Yes, Joshua.
Yes, sir. Morning, sir. Sir,
Morning.
This method you just used now, can we use it during the exam? That's this last method you just used now.
Of course, you can use it. You must learn to manage the time.
Okay, because I so much love this method you just used. This one.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, now it's still the same method we are going to be. I am just using the first one to explain so that people will not crucify me that, oh, where did you get this? So now I can give you number 1 question says, yes, Oluwaseun.
Sir, the calculator is not allowed to bring in during the exam period when we are doing SST.
Says who?
But in our center, we are not allowed to bring in calculator. And that was been doing it.
No, that's your center. That's your center.
Yeah, but even in Mushin, sir, we are not allowed to bring it in.
They do, listen, the rule says you cannot use phone. Not that you cannot use calculator. You are not doing jam.
Sir, they don't allow us to in Ekiti too.
In Lagos Study Center,
In Ekiti, they don't allow us.
they don't allow.
Calculator. Even
Mark
paper,
number.
working sheet is not
Sheet of
allowed.
paper.
Give us paper themselves.
That was black, ba.
But Taco Study Center, they will say they don't have it.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, it's okay. Hello, can I talk, please? Yes, Blessing, you raise up your hand.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Please, I can't see the symbol of this factor in my calculator. I don't know what you have been calculating since.
Okay. I don't know what type of calculator you are using. After the class, you can ask 1 or 2 people. They will explain to you. Or which calculator are you using? Scientific calculator?
Yes, sir.
Can you put it on the screen? Oh, okay. Let me try and pin you so that the old people can see. Okay. This is a scientific calculator. You see a sign.
It's not the original scientific calculator.
Okay. You hear another story. So if you don't know where he is, quickly go to your center and ask them. Let them show you before the exam.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Does the scientific calculator on the stem have a factorial sign?
Of course, if it is scientific, it will surely have it.
Yes. Even on your phone, you have it on your phone.
Is there?
Is there?
My phone doesn't have.
Is there?
Why not?
Oh,
Press
wait, give me the phone. Ask him what type of phone you are using. No,
So,
now.
But our advice, it's on the system, and that is what I used last session during our MTH 103 and 105. So
Okay,
they
use
allowed
the system with
Yes,
giving
on
to
the
us in the
system.
center, right?
Yeah, it's on the
That's
system.
On the system,
That's all.
yes.
That's all. That's all.
But it has N. It has letter N before the factor.
That's
Before the
correct. That's how it
factorial.
should be.
Yeah, before the factorial, it has letter N.
Is this?
You type it. Yes, sir. That's the sign.
Okay.
That's the
Now,
sign.
please, I want to beg you, for as many of you that is in this class, you have opportunity now before your exam. Find your time to go to your center. Don't tell me they did not allow calculator, that is why you failed. That is not a story that is tenable. They say scientific calculator is on the system. Please make use of it. God bless you. Let's continue, please.
Amen.
Okay. So where are we? I was trying to explain the factorial because we need factorial to be able to move on. So
sorry, sir, I want to ask something.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, if we are saying that the calculator is on the system during exam, you
Yes.
said when we are using this factorial sign, we should press shift, then the factorial sign. How do we go about that?
That is why you need to visit your center before the exam so that the operator there will explain. Remember, we are not on that system now. If it is calculator, you press shift, it will show. Some calculator, sophisticated calculator, you don't need to press shift, you just press it, it will go. But I'm sure in the system, if you just open the calculator on the system, you can press anything without any function. It's already programmed.
That, just confirm what you just said. I just tested my computer right now and it's there, just as you said. Without shifts, it will show up. Thank you.
It will work. So I believe that settled the matter now. So
yes,
we can proceed, please. Okay. Permutation. Is there any question on factorial? No question.
So I actually have a question, sir.
Yes, what's the question, please?
For we that are about getting a new calculator, please, sir, what product do you think would be better?
Madam, I'm not a marketer. So just buy scientific calculator that you know can satisfy you.
I do calculator.
You see, the marketer is talking. They are talking. Permutation, please.
Businesswoman.
Let's move on. No, thank you, sir.
Permutation. We all know from the formula that permutation, we have two formulas in this case for both permutation and combination. But because of our time, I will just go to the formula here. Let me write this, all right? NPR is the same thing as n factorial all over n minus r factorial. This is what we call arrangement. Remember, in our case, we mentioned arrangement. So that is for permutation. It's for arrange. So now let's look at the questions. And from there, we move on. In this question,
Sorry, we are not seeing the board.
the question says, number one, to fill.
Sir, the board is not showing.
Is your computer.
It's your network.
It's your network. You can see the way you are sounding. Please mute yourself. Akibuwa, Adekunle, any question?
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to confirm this breakdown of this calculation. Is it really necessary for us to, because for example, the last example you made of the 120, you did it in different, dimension that we can get that 120. Is there any particular rule of that formula, or we can just use anyone to just get the answer?
You can use anyone to get the answer. Any shortest one.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Remember that you have a time that is clicking against you, but some people among us, before they will catch up, that's why we use different method of arriving, so that you can see that, okay, I don't like this method, I love this one. So that is why I give us different way of solving it. Thank you. John, edit.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, the 120 that you get, I don't know how you get it. I did 5 times 4 times 3, and he's giving me a different answer. So I don't know
No,
how you get it.
5 times 4 times 3 factorial. If you don't put factorial at the last of 3, you will not get
Yes,
it.
sir. Okay. Okay. Because when I did it, I got about 60 something. So I'm lost. I don't.
So we can proceed. In this case, is that to fill 3 positions when 15 persons are available. 3 positions, 15 persons available. For that, we have 15 permutation 3. Symbolically, we know that we are talking about how many people are available now? 15. To permute it in this, in how many positions are they fighting for? Or you want to average for? Is 3.
3.
So we said n permutation R. That is 15 permutation 3, which is the same thing as we know the formula n factorial over n minus R factorial, which is the same thing as 15 factorial all over 15 minus 3 factorial. So at the end of the day, we have 15 factorial to be 12 factorial. Then using factorial method that I've discovered or explained earlier, we'll just say 15 times 14 times 13 times 12 factorial. You don't need to go to 1 because you know you have 12 factorial that can cancel it. Divided by 12 factorial. This one cancel this. So what is the answer? 14 times 15 times 13.
2,730.
2730. Now, let's look at this question. Question 2. Suppose there are 10 different items to be stock in the store. And we have 6 bins. For the storage. So what are the possible arrangements? So what's the, who can tell us the method for this one?
This is permutation, sir.
This is permutation. Because of what? The keyword arrangements.
Arrangements.
How many? Now, how do we identify our N? How do we identify our R? The solution is very simple. How many items do we have?
10.
10. Your N in this case is 10.
Is 10.
Number.
Is the number we are talking about. Look at this one too. How many persons do we have here? 15.
15.
But the position they are fighting for, don't say no. They will first of all give you N. No. Look at it. The position is the key, is the R, because that is what that we determine how to arrange them. But we know we have human being to be 15. Take note of that. Here we have 10 items, which serve as your N, and we have 6 being, which serve as our R. So our R in this case will be 6. So meaning that you have 10 permutation 6. Please, can we solve it? What's the answer, please? Solve it in your own way.
161, 200. 151, 200.
151, 200.
Correct, sir.
So I don't think so.
30,240.
I have 5,040. 5040.
5,040. 5,040.
5,040.
5,040.
Are you sure? Let's check it
Yes,
again.
very sure.
Sir, 604,800.
5,040.
5040.
5040.
How do you solve it? Remember the formula says n factorial is divided by n minus r factorial. Do we agree?
Yes, sir.
So meaning that we are going to have 6 factorial, no, sorry, 10 factorial.
10 factorial.
Over 10
10
minus
3.
6 factorial, of which we are going to have 10 factorial over 4 factorial. Do we agree?
Yes, sir.
So we have 10 times 9
times 8
times 8 times 7 times 6
times 5, which will give us 1,151
times 4 factorial divided by 4 factorial. This cancels this. So 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5. What do we have?
151,200.
Do we all have this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I won't confuse my head.
So please take note. You can see that we all need that question. So the next question says,
hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Can we say if in the question the higher number represent n? From the two examples. Okay, we can't say that.
You cannot say that. The first example does not represent n. is R.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you getting it?
The first example, 15 pencils is N.
No.
Look at, read the question. To fill 3 positions.
That is R.
That is R. When 15 persons are available. Am I communicating?
Yeah.
15 is N now.
15 is N, but it's not the first letter. It's not the first figure they mentioned.
No, I'm not saying first figure, the higher number.
Not the higher, please. Read the question first. The question will determine which one. Are you getting it now? Let's continue. You will see so many questions that we amazed you, that you will know what I'm saying. You will know the difference between them.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Please, sir, I'm a bit confused how we come to arrive on 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5. Please, can you come a little back?
Did you just join the class?
Yes, sir.
Oh, then you have to pay the price. Watch the video, please. You are just joining and the class started by 9. This is past 10. We're supposed to finish the class by now, if not because we make it interactive.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, no problem. What we did here is very simple. It simply means you still need to check your notes, please. You need to copy the notes. The formula says the factorial in general. Please watch the video, but I will still explain generally. It simply means that we have n factorial is n multiplied by n minus 1, n minus 2, and n minus 3. Multiply by ... 3, 2, 1. Factorial, like that. Meaning that your n will continue to reduce till 0. And 0 factorial is 1.
Our beans today, the yam no go down.
One, two, three, four.
0 factorial is 1. So that's just what we did. Meaning that the term will continue to reduce to 1. So that is what we did. So let's continue, please. But when you watch the video, I'm sure you will not have this problem. Yes, go ahead.
Please, sir, how do you get the 4 factorial?
How do you get?
The 4 over there, divided by 4. How do we get
divided by 4? Look at it.
Yes, sir.
From the formula.
10 minus 6, we have 4.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Are you please, guys, mute yourself before? So we have here another question. In how many different ways can you arrange 3 books on a shelf? From a group of 7. from a group of 7. Now, the solution is, who can tell us what is n in this case and what is r?
N is 7.
N is 7.
N is what?
7.
7.
Are we all agree n is 7?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
R is
sir.
3.
R is 3.
R is what?
3.
3.
Okay, n is 7, r is 3.
Yes,
Some people are still asking, how do they know his r is 3? We just started together. I don't know why I don't know. Yes, it's very simple. The number of items you are dealing with, how many people are available? Among who do you want to share it? Among who are those people responsible for the arrangement? Who are the principal person in that, or principal things we want to arrange? Look at this now. We want to
how many
arrange
items?
We want to arrange this, right? Among these people. Now, look at this one. We have items among, we have this one, and which one would determine out of the two? What's the determinant?
The 10.
What would determine where they will put one thing or the other?
That's the
6.
6.
6.
The bins.
Because that's the available one.
The 6.
Yes. Remember books. How many books do we have?
My network.
3 books.
3 books.
It's not 4. It's 3.
It's 3. 3.
Meaning it cannot more than 3 they
books.
will share among the 7.
Yes.
Meaning,
My network is bad.
off your camera, off your speaker too. So now 6, and here, how many positions are they talking about here?
3 positions.
7.
3 positions among how many people?
15 people.
Among 15.
So here, how many books are we talking about?
3 books.
3 books.
Among how many?
7
groups.
Just from a group of 7.
From the group of 7. So
Yes.
we have n permutations R to be 7 permutation 3. So what's the answer, please?
10 ways.
410.
210.
Okay, another example before we move on to another thing.
What's the formula?
Please mute yourself. I don't need to hear your voice except if I ask question. Mr. Formula. So we have in how many ways or how many different ways can we arrange 5 books on a shelf? So how many ways, please? Can you please tell me which formula are we using?
This is a permutation formula. The answer is 127.
The answer is 120, sir.
We only use only factorial.
This is permutation, sir, because we are using the word
Yeah, I
array.
did not get the question.
So
The answer is 120.
120. That's 5 factorial.
I didn't get the question.
Read what wrote on the screen now. You get the question. That's easy.
The question is simple. How many? The question is here. Some people said they did not get it. I don't know why.
The answer is 5.
The answer is 5.
Oh,
the answer is 120.
120.
Solution. What is n in this case?
5.
N is 5, right?
5.
Sir. What is R?
R is 1.
Is 1.
R is 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Another person.
R is 5.
R is 0 or 1.
R is 1. 5.
If you please, can we all of us please mute yourself? If you want to talk, raise up your hand.
But I say, give say, let them say, make they refill am for now. Let them say, see una gas, make they refill am. Give them.
Okay. Victor, what do you want to say?
Yes, I'm trying to say R is 1 because you say a chef is not.
No, the question is this. Let's ask this question. Permutation or combination?
Permutation, sir.
Permutation. Okay.
Permutation.
Because of this, right?
Permutation.
Yes, agreed. Now, you all know that the formula is n permutation r, which means n factorial over n minus r factorial, right?
Yes,
meaning
sir.
we must have n and r. So tell us, what is n?
N is 5.
N is 5.
R is what?
5.
R is 1.
N is 5. R is 1.
R is 1.
1 or 0.
1 or
0.
Okay. Do we all believe?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If your own R is different, please unmute yourself and talk.
My R is 1. My R is 5.
Your R is what?
5. Why is because
don't explain yet, please. Don't explain. Just tell me the answer. R is what?
R is 5.
R is 5.
Yes.
Okay. Some of us believe R is 5. Tony, what is your R?
In the shape. They are arranging 5 from the first shape now.
Hello, if you've talked, Mr. Lecturer, just mute yourself first. Yes.
My R is 1, sir.
R is 1. Okay, hands down. Abraham Victor.
My R is 1, but I still want to ask a question, sir.
Okay, let's just finish this one. Hands down. John Judy edit. Yes. Gift. Is 1. Okay. Onofua.
R is 5.
R is 5. Okay. Thank you all. Now the question is, for those of us that say R is 1, You are wrong. For those of us that say R is 0, you are also wrong. Now, Pastor Onofua, can you tell us why R is 5?
5, because you can rearrange it in another 5 ways.
No, you can't arrange it in 5 ways.
You can arrange in 1, you can arrange in 4, you can arrange in 3, you can arrange in 2, you can arrange in 1.
Yes.
Then if I give permutation 5 1, 4 1, 3 1, and 2 1, and 1 1.
Okay. Okay.
We have 5.
You can not 5 way. You can, the ways is the one we want to get. That's why I said not ways. That is the R, is on a dimension we are looking at now. N is 5. Now, remember that is a chef. That is our bone of contention. Now, imagine you have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say you have 5 here now. The another way you can also do it, like Pastor Solomon was saying, is you can also arrange it in a 4 manner. Because you already do 5, you can also do it in 3 ways, in 3 and 2 and in 1. So in this case now, if you put multiplication between them, it will surely give you 120, like the first person said. But for us to use the normal formula, which is this, we can now say that our N is also 5, R is also 5. By saying 5 factorial all over 5 minus 5 factorial. We all know that 5 factorial divided by 0 factorial. And note, 0 factorial is 1. So meaning 120 divided by 1 is equal to 120. Any question? Pastor Solomon.
No questions.
How did the 120 come about?
Press your calculator, you will see it there. Just press the calculator 5 factorial. If you multiply this one, 4 times 5, 20, 20 times 3, 60, 60 times 2, 120. Are you okay now? Yes, Pastor Solomon, you raise up your hand.
The answer is 5 times 4 times 3, 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1.
Yeah, that's what we did. So, yeah. Okay, let's quickly move to identical. When you are having identical, a particular question was given to you, but I will just write the formula and I will move on. Then I will give us an exercise, everybody. When you have identical objects, under the permutation, whereby you have N, P, N1 factorial, N2 factorial, N3 factorial, till you get to NK factorial. That is, you have objects repeating themselves. So the formula used to be n factorial all over n1 factorial to nk factorial. Example are, the example of this is when you have a good number of repetition in the alphabet letter, what do we call it? How do we solve it? The first thing you have, if you have Alabama, for example, they ask us to permute this particular alphabet. So how do we permute it? Using in our own in a permutation. In how many times can we write it? How many ways can we write Alabama? Or can we arrange Alabama? So in this case, what is our n? Anybody?
7.
A.
N is equals to what?
Total number of the
7.
alphabet.
The
7.
total number, we are talking about total number of this letter, is what?
7.
7.
7. So that is counts them one by one. How many letters repeat themselves twice?
A repeats itself
A
4
repeats
times.
1.
1 letter.
Yes. In how many letters?
4. 4. I mean.
Which one again?
No.
Only A.
Only A. Meaning we are going to have 7 permutation 4. Remember the formula, please. Don't forget the formula. So what is the answer, please? The answer is what?
210, sir.
210. How?
840.
This is 7 factorial over 4 factorial.
840.
Is it 840?
210.
210, sir.
It's going to be 7 multiplied by 6, multiplied by 5, multiplied by 4 factorial, divided by
210.
4 factorial. This cancel this. Is what?
210.
210.
So can we do the algebra? Sada, what's the question?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, I'm lost.
Because you're late.
I'm not late.
Late to the class. You came late.
I'm not late, sir. I don't understand this Alabama or what?
Alabama. They need you in Alabama State then. By the time you get to Alabama State, you will understand better.
Excuse me, sir.
We are supposed to support.
I have an observation.
Yes, go ahead.
The observation I have is that, since we are using the first formula, which is n permutation r, and 4 is the r here. So we have not subtracted 4 from 7.
I gave you another formula for it. That's why I call it identical object in permutation. So it's different from it's permutation, but it's different from the one we are arranging.
Okay, okay.
That is why I gave you another formula, n factorial all over n1 factorial, n2 factorial. And it depends on number of repeated elements you have.
Elements. Okay. It's noted now.
Oh,
Thank you.
are you getting it, sir? Okay.
I got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
2,520.
The answer is 2,520.
Okay.
I didn't get it. I'm lost.
2,520, sir.
You just came in too.
No, sir. We started together.
So which one?
From this, you're not going to do 7 minus 7 as 7 minus 4 under the.
Yes.
Okay.
You are not going to do that. Okay, let's go back to the screen. Look at the formula, please. Some of you, you don't know, you did not write the formula. That's fine. Look at the formula. The formula for this particular aspect is this. It's in your book. N factorial all over n1 factorial, n2 factorial till you get to nk factorial. So, which we are still going to now. So, Alabama now, how many alphabets repeat themselves and how many times?
4,
2,
7 alphabets.
4 for the A.
2.
It's okay, it's okay.
Algebra.
Algebra is
now let's look at the algebra. How many alphabets repeat itself?
Only one.
A.
1.
2. A, two times.
Just A twice now.
Okay. How many? What is the N?
7.
So you have 7 factorial over 2 factorial. What's the answer?
2,520.
2,520.
520. Now, this A, these 2 here represents, I need to write the formula, please, so that people can get it right. N factorial all over N1 factorial. Because we only have N1 to be this. So, which is same thing as 7 factorial over 2 factorial. So, okay, when you have another, look at this.
When the teacher is speaking in the teacher, the Holy Ghost will touch her. You pray for her to receive the gift of the Holy Ghost.
Mute
You are not the
your
one
mic, man of God. Mute your mic.
Pastor.
Now, can you continue with that?
Mississippi.
Correct. 1 I is missing.
So how many now? How many alphabets do we have?
10 alphabets.
11, sir. 11.
N is what?
11.
11.
So how many alphabets repeat as themselves?
3.
3 alphabets.
Number 1.
S.
I.
I is what?
4.
How many times?
4 times.
4.
Which is N1. N2 is what?
S.
S.
4 times 2.
4
4
times.
times.
Then?
And 3.
P.
Is P.
P. P 2 times.
2 times.
What else?
Finish.
Oh, also.
So you now can write it now by saying, you know the formula, is going to be what? 11 factorial over 4 factorial, another 4 factorial, and 2
So please,
factorial.
I can't see you. Hello, sir.
Yes.
I can't view the board. I can't see what's happening.
Is your network?
Madam.
It is your network, not the board.
Okay, sir.
Can you see now?
I'm only seeing Mississippi.
Yes, that is what we have.
Okay. How many factorials? I'm seeing 10, but you said something 11.
No, just count it. Mississippi, that was missing high before, and I've replaced it.
Okay. I've not seen that. Thank you, sir.
You're always welcome. So for us to solve this, I need to explain.
Okay.
So some of us don't multiply 4 factorial, multiply by 4 factorial. It is not done that way. Don't say 4 factorial multiplied by 4 factorial is 16 factorial. Na lie. So it's going to be 11 multiplied by 10 multiplied by
9,
8, 7, 6, 5.
4.
You now stop at 4 factorial divided by, remember you have 4 factorial here. Are you following it?
Yes, sir.
So now the next thing will be 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1. Then another one, 2. We all know that is the bracket. 2 multiplied by 1, right? This one will go with this. Can you get it now?
Yeah.
Answer is
So multiply it,
34,650.
open the bracket, the one down too. Multiply it, it's still the same thing. I only multiply it when I express it. Not that you just say 4 factorial multiplied by 4 factorial is 16. No. Let's take note of that. So, exercise for everybody. I believe we all have 3 names, right?
Yes.
No,
Do
sir.
you all have 3 names?
No, sir.
That means you are Nigeria. Check your identity.
Please, how do we get that 4 times 3 times?
Yes, sir, let's see the screen, sir.
Don't worry, you don't need to see the screen. Since you see me, you have seen the screen already.
You are still writing this.
Right now.
Sir, please, how do we get the 4 times 3 times 2 times 1?
This factorial, remember you have 2, 4. This particular one. After this one has cancelled, you have to express this one. You remember the way you express factorial?
Yes.
So that is for this one. And the one of 2 is for this one. Everything multiplied together. What did you get, please?
34,650.
Now, everybody, please, in your book, write your name all together with your surname. Are you getting it now?
Yes.
So, like I can say, my own is Godwin. Okay. Shegun. So everybody do your own like that. Write all your name and let us know the number of N you have. Everybody, let's quickly do that.
Please, I did not understand the last one we just saw.
Okay, blessing. Iyare, what's the question, please? You raise up your hand, Benjamin.
Are we multiplying 11 times, 10 times, 9 times,
yes,
8
we
times?
are multiplying.
Then after it, sorry, what next?
The next thing is down.
Multiply the denominations.
You multiply the denominator down. Then you divide it. Yes.
We divide.
Yes.
Look at the board, madam.
Okay, thank you.
Benjamin.
It's not a question. I was surprised that I've been in waiting room for a while and my mic has been muted. This is the first time I'm making comments.
Yes, because your mic was making noise, unfortunately. That was why I put you on waiting room.
Muted because I know the effect of having my mic.
Okay. Sorry for that. There are some set of people, their own mic will always on. Joseph Dipna, or what is the surname? Heard it. Omolara, any question?
Hello,
Tony.
sir.
Yes.
Sir, after multiplying 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, that gives me 24. Am I still going to multiply 2 times 1 or multiply together?
Yes. Who is this Abubakar?
So I got 34,650. I hope I'm correct.
For your own name?
No, not my own name. The last one.
No, do your name.
Okay.
Yes, I think you're correct.
Okay, sir.
Now do your own name. Everybody, what is your N? Just tell us your N before you start, please. Put it on the chart. Let's see the largest N first. Yes, I can see 20N. Okay. Wow. Some people, okay, Adegbite 21. Dada Chipusto 16.
I don't even know where to
Friday 12. Who is 9? Isa. Okay, that's good. 19. 16. 5th of 16. Bashir 12. Okay. Ambrose 20. Somebody say N is 1. How come? Okay.
I don't know where to write my own. No simple space.
Now that you know your hand, go ahead and solve it. How many letters repeat themselves? Tony, Okonko, you raise up your hands.
Please, I saw a question they solved in a material, in a cost material on page 1. And it took a different shape. I don't know if you can help us to explain it.
I can't hear you.
So I said that in our cost material, page 131.
What happened
example to it? 2. Yeah, it's a little bit different from what we have been talking, and it's permutation. I don't know if you can explain it to example 2.4.
Okay. We are sorry, you can type your question, probably. Adenike 22. So Tell us how many ways. Some names you will discover that you should learn a lesson this morning. That next time when you are doing the naming ceremony, give your son or your daughter short name. You can see what our parents put us to now. Aha. Some will say Okechukwu, Ogochukwu at the same time. Aha.
Sir, even your own name too.
My
You
own
just wrote
name
the
is,
short.
that is
You
why I
wrote
said
your,
they put us to.
you did not
Not
complete
you
your name
alone.
too. It's supposed to be Oluwasegun, but you just wrote Shegun.
Ah, no, don't put Oluwa. If you put Oluwasegun, your calculator will not come up. So,
This is correct punishment for those of us with very long names.
aha, congratulations for that. Don't miss any element though, because I will see it.
Oh
Name
my
plenty.
God. My own is confusing.
No,
plenty.
all you need to do is start from the beginning. Don't jump to the middle, because you know E is the highest. No, don't jump like that. Start from the end. Mine same page 31, 131.
Sir, please, I posted a question in my chat in the chat group. I don't know if you can attend to it, sir.
Okay.
So what I'm seeing here is over almost beyond Nigeria's budget, sir.
Some people, okay, when there is no repetition in the alphabet, that one is difficult too. Then you multiply it. You solve it the way we solve 5 factorial.
Exactly. That's what I needed to find out.
You understand? But I doubt it. Let me see your name. Why your own does this is Gladys. You said you don't have virtually all the names here. Wow. Okay, let's proceed.
I wanted to say it because if you continue with this, we might not leave here today.
No, we are almost done. That's why I just put it there. So let's look at the combination.
Please, I posted the question.
Yeah, we will attend to the question later. Please, let's quickly solve this one. Under the combination we know is for selection, and combination R, which is same, or they put it this way, N R is still the same combination, which is N factorial all over R factorial into N minus R factorial. Please, let's take note of that. Example of factorial. Example of, now look at this question, number 1. How many teams of 4 can be produced from a pool of 12 marketers? Now, how do we know this question is combination? Anybody?
Because there's no arrangement. It's an orderly arrangement.
You are going to select.
The question
You are
is
to select. No
Yes, sir.
matter how, there's no order.
Is to
Are
select.
you getting it?
Yes, sir.
You are to just to produce from this thing you are given, produce. Are you getting it? So no order, nothing. So we have our n. Who can tell us the n in this case?
N is 12.
N is 12.
N is 12. Our R is
R
what?
is 4.
R is 4. So we have 12 combination 4, which is same thing as 12 factorial over 4 factorial in brackets 12 minus 4 factorial. So we are going to have 12 factorial over 4 factorial, 8 factorial. How do we solve this? So we have 12 multiplied by 11, multiplied by 10, multiplied by 9, multiplied by 8 factorial. Because 8 is the highest factorial denominator we have, we can say 8 factorial and 4 factorial. This one can go with this. Therefore, we can say 12 times 10 times 11 rather, multiplied by 10, multiplied by 9, divided by 4 multiplied by 3, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 1. So what is the answer, please?
$12,375.
You said?
495. 495.
Please take note of that. So another question is here. Number 2. It says, suppose 12 stocks have been traded and 7 increase. 3 decrease. 2 stay. The same. In how many ways could this happen? Now, I want us to discuss this. In how many ways?
Suppose 12 stocks have been traded and 7 increase. Suppose 12 stocks have been traded and 7 3 decrease, 2 stay.
Now, what is N and what is R?
N is 12.
N is 12.
N is 12.
I is 7.
R is 7.
Yes.
Okay. And how many R do we have?
We have
7, 3, and
3
and
3
2.
R's.
7,
3, and
7,
2.
3, and 2.
Okay. How many ends do we have?
1 hen.
Just one answer.
Says who? Okay, let's look at the explanation. Remember, we have 12 stock.
Yes, sir.
What is stock, please? So that people will know.
Items that are being
Stock
sold.
is like a storage where they store things.
No,
No.
No,
shares.
shares.
Stocks are shares.
Shares you
Okay,
sell.
now this is what I'm talking about. Though. I'm not talking about storage. Oh.
Good.
Stocks you share.
Shares. Capital
That
market.
is why it is being traded. Not now. You need to read line by line before you answer this question. Not that you just answer like you are solving factorial. No, look at it again.
Suppose.
Yes, somebody raise up the hand. Yes, Benjamin.
Yes, I guess when you are talking about stocks, you are referring to products, available product to be traded.
Okay. E.g.
Capital market.
E.g. it could be a laptop, is a stock.
No way, no way.
Or that like a printer, they are stocks to be traded.
We are talking about we are talking about Dangote cement, stuff like that. That's stocks.
Capital market. Simple. The capital market.
Capital market.
Yes.
Talking about shares now, you had traded.
Yeah.
Now, let me clear this. We are all finance or business guys. These are the simple questions they can ask you even in promotion exams, in promotion interview. They will just ask you, what is the difference between stock, share, and security? If you don't have idea, you are in soup. For example, the word traded is not selling. Don't forget. If they said 12 stocks sold or sent is another thing. This is trading material. For example, you can trade your shares, use it to buy. That's why the guy was saying Dangote cement. Not that you buy cement, but you buy their shares. You become part of the owner of that company.
Yes.
So let's take note of that. Okay, now let's go back to the question. The question says, suppose 12 stocks have been traded. In total, 12 stocks. Out of that 12 stocks, they now said, look at it. I have something to explain to you so that you can get it. Of the 12 stock, 7 increase. Are you following? 7 out of 12 increase. What happened to the remaining 5?
3 decreased and 2 stayed.
Meaning that of the remaining 5, three decrease. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What? How many remaining again?
2.
2.
They now said, of that 2,
2 stayed.
of the remaining
2.
2 stay. Stay the same.
Okay.
Now, how do we write this out? I need somebody. Don't just open your mouth, oh, please. Think before you open it. Pastor Solomon, don't talk yet. I want people to also give other people chance. Okay, who is raising up their hands?
Our N is 12.
We know. If you want to talk, raise up your hand. Tony, yes?
Yes, sir. Our N is 12.
Okay, for everything, for the 3 column. Yes? Yes, favor.
Yes, sir. Our N is 12.
Yes.
N1 is 3. Then N2 is 2.
No, we are in combination now, madam.
Not permutation.
Not permutation. Okay.
Combination.
Yeah.
3 combination. We have 3 combination. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I think out of the 12, the 2 that stay the same, we're not going to be concerned about that one because they stay the same. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yes, I said the 2 that stay the same will not have anything to do with that because it still remains as it was.
So, okay, maybe I should do this. The first, I'm coming. A, B, C. Which one are you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the C.
From the A.
The A, what's the answer? How do you write the A?
A now we're seeing our N as 12 and R as 7.
Okay, for A.
Yes, then for B, we're looking at it as it's now remaining 5.
Okay.
And out of the 5, 3 decrease. So we're now having 5 combination 3.
5 combination 3. Okay.
Then in C, we have 2.
Okay.
And the 2 stayed. So we're still having 2 to combine 2.
Okay.
So may I talk?
Go to school.
Okay.
So may I give what I think, sir?
Okay, go ahead with what you think.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. First of all, I agree with the first one. A should be 12 combination 7. But B, since we are combining, we didn't say we are taking away any of the initial N, 12. So it's still going to be 12 combination 3. Then for C, it's going to be 12 combination 2. Then we'll now combine the 3 to get the total combination. That's what I think. Thank you.
Okay, you said 12 combination
12 combination 3. Yes,
12
sir.
combination 2. Okay,
Yes.
any other thing? Nobody. Yes, Wale. Is it Wale that just finished?
Yes, sir.
Akiola.
Yes, with what First Lady said, I think is correct because it's in how many possible way. I think it should be 12 combination 7, 5 combination 3, 2 combination 2.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're also in line with this. Pastor Solomon. Are you still there? Yes, gift.
Yes, sir. I'm in line
Hello,
with
sir. Hello, sir.
I'm coming. Gift, you are in line with who?
That's 12 combination 7, 5 combination 3, and 2 combination 2.
Okay. Okay. It's
Hello,
okay.
sir.
Okay. Yes. It's okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
You can go ahead. You can go ahead.
Look, let us look the formula for combination. That formula combination.
N minus R. The 12 distance.
We are sorry. We need to continue, please. Okay. Just mute yourself. Your network is misbehaving, sir. Let's continue. The two options given to us is enough. Now, let me explain this to all of us. Let's go back to the question. Suppose 12 stock. They are not saying more than 12. Has been traded. Two things can happen. It's either when you are trading, two things happen. It's either you go to the market, you reduce, or you go to the market, you increase, or you remain the same. That is the three possible things that can happen. And we were told that 7 out of them, the 7 increase. Now you have Dangote Cement, GTB, you have Polaris Bank, First Bank, you have just mentioned the names of those companies to 12. You have their stock. Your stockbroker just called you. Sir, we traded on your stock today. Out of 12 stocks you have in your portfolio, 7 of them at the market. All of us normally listen to, if you listen to news, NTA news, channel news, they will tell you the number of stocks today traded. They will tell you about the market. They will tell you those that gain, and they will tell you those that lost. So out of 12, 7 of them increase. You have increase in 7. Then the next question you will ask as an investor is, what happened to the remaining 5? Am I communicating, please?
Yes, sir.
The next question is, what happened to the remaining 5? You will not base the remaining 5 on the 12 again. Wale, are you getting it now?
I'm here.
Are you getting the explanation?
Very well.
Aha. So the next thing you ask, what happened to the remaining 5 will be your question. Not what happened to the remaining 12. Because they already told you out of 12, 7 increase. Then it remains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What happened to the remaining 5? The now say, well, out of the 5, the first 3, Skybank, GTB, EcoBank, they reduce. Remember, the arrow will come down. Then what happened to the remaining 2? You say, okay, the 2 still maintain their trend. That is what happened here. In short, the answer is very simple. I love that question. That's why I bring it forward to us. That's why I believe we are all management students. Something like this can come up in your day-to-day activities. Don't dispute it. So in this case now, I believe all of us agree with me that the professor that told us that, remember, we have professor in this class, you don't know. The professor told us that this is the way.
I'm not a professor, I'm a student.
And you see, you can hear now. So when a professor is talking, you have to listen. So we have 12. She got it right. You now apply the formula. The formula says n factorial over r factorial, n minus r factorial to all of them. And you multiply them together, you get your final answer. Meaning, we have 12 factorial over 7 factorial in bracket 12 minus 5, 12 minus 7 rather, factorial. Multiply by
5 factorial.
5 factorial over
5 factorial.
3 factorial into 5 minus 3 factorial. Like people says, we will still do this one, but it's going to get us. We have 2 factorial over 2 factorial into 2 minus 2 factorial. So the answer will be, you agree with, what's the answer? Do you agree with me if I write it this way, 12 factorial all over 7 factorial,
Okay.
3
3
factorial, and 2 factorial. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we all agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Because along the line,
who are we to disagree, sir?
why not? It's a free word. It's a free word. You can disagree and agree. Some people will still ask questions, but we will come back to this.
All right, sir.
Let's just solve it in a normal way, the way people can understand. So it's just going to be, we have 12 factorial divided by 7 factorial, 5 factorial. Please, this is what we are doing. Multiply by 5 factorial is 3 factorial, 2 factorial. Then multiply by 2 factorial over what?
2
factorial.
factorial. Those ones cancel each other.
So you can see something is going.
5 and 5, 2 and 2.
So what remaining? You see, the remaining one will be this.
12 factorial.
Do you agree now?
Yes.
So
sir, please come over, sir. Please come
I'm
again,
here.
sir.
I'm in your room.
Sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. My network went off now. I'm just joining back.
Even if you can't explain, you
Sorry,
won't get
sir.
Where you say I should come over? Where do you
Sorry,
stay? Wait. Where do you stay?
Sir. My
Sir, she
network
wants
just
to
went
hire
away
you
now.
for special
I
class,
just
sir.
came in back.
You've not answered the question. Where do you stay?
Is in Abuja.
She wants to hire you for
Lagos,
special
I'm in
class.
Lagos.
Lagos. No.
Yes.
Root in the house. Mute yourself.
Please bring down your screen small.
I should do what?
Your screen, bring it down small.
Okay. Are you there now?
Yes, sir.
So somebody is Aransiola. What's the question, please?
Sir, my network went off. I just joined back.
Don't worry,
All
you will
this
see the radio, you will see the video. That is the essence of video. Don't worry. So let's just conclude this one. We have 12 factorial divided by, there's nothing here. So we can say this one 1 or whatever. You can say multiply by 1, multiply by 1. You don't need it. So you only have 7 factorial, 3 factorial, 2 factorial. So if you want to solve it, 12 times
11.
11 times
10.
10
times 8 times 9. Times 9 times 8 times 7 factorial.
7 factorial.
Times 7 factorial, exactly. Times
7
factorial divided by 7 factorial. Multiply by 3, 2
times 1
times 1 times 2 times 1. So this one go with this.
Yes, sir.
Then multiply it and get your final answer. Any question, please?
7,920.
Congratulations.
No questions, sir. Sir, this is Wale. Thank you very much, sir. I came across this kind of question online. So, but they didn't give the explanation. So you just gave the final answer which you gave. So that's what my mind was focused on. Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, somebody's asking a question. Gift, what's the question?
Yes, sir. That shortcut method you got, how did you arrive at it?
Sir,
There's no shortcuts there. It's the same thing I did. That is why, is it the one I circled?
Yeah, that you went straight to getting 12. How did you just get that 12 from the calculation?
Where? I just cut it. Look at this now. 5 is here, 5 factorial is here, and multiply, and 5 factorial is here. It can go. 2 factorial is here, 2 factorial is here. It can go.
Before you arrived, before you explained to us, you wrote it down before. How did you just get it?
It's the same. Okay, assuming that I did not write it before. I hope that one is okay. That is what I did on a personal note. That's why I just explained. Is that okay?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, please, this calculation, this 12 times 11 to 8, I got 99,040. So I don't understand the calculation.
Divided by, have you divided it?
Okay. I should divide it with 6.
Yo, divide it by 3 times 2. 6 times 1, 6 times 2, 12.
Times 1.
Times 1. So that is what you do.
And it's not
So
99.
So, okay, so I realize that almost all the things we've said, the number has always been greater than the R. So I want to know, is it possible for the R to be greater than the number?
I don't know. It depends on the question in most cases. Don't cram that one. Just know how to identify your head. That's just the simple. Although in most cases, N is greater because N they want you to share it among some people, or they want you to arrange it in a kind way. That's why it's always greater.
Okay, sir.
Sir, do you have any example where R is greater, sir?
I don't have.
Sir, please, what's the final answer for this one? Because I got 79.20.
Just anything you get is the final answer. Just punch your calculator very well. Yes, Muraina.
Sir, excuse sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to kind of clarify an issue. For the last two speakers, they were like, if there would be a situation where R is greater. However, I think the formula still remains the same. That's the most important thing, right?
Yes, but I will. Let me say this. Remember the definition. I just want to shock every one of us down. In the definition says, the first one, N permutation R. The answer is R factorial.
Okay.
N minus R factorial, right?
Yeah.
Remember, the second one says N combination R. N factorial all over R factorial, into N minus R factorial. And I said it from onset that our N is a positive integer.
I got it.
Positive integer.
This
is in your book. Meaning that we cannot get negative. You cannot get negative here. If N is positive integer, surely most times N will be greater than R.
Yes.
Are you getting the logic?
Yes,
I don't want you to cram it. That's why I was telling you that I don't know this, but you don't need to cram that one. Some question will come, they will write the N in letter. Are you getting it? If they said 40, they said so is 60. You may not understand, but if you are the type that cram something, you will not get it. But by the time you open your mind and read the question and understand the question, nobody will tell you this is N, this is R. Remember that always your N, you have a positive value here. You have a positive value here. Once you can have a positive value, definitely, and remember, most of time, N always announce itself.
Yes.
I hope I'm, yes, Muraina, sorry.
Yes, sir. I just want to, I observe that the result we come to on this last question is identical to the identical object permutation. Is it just a coincidence, or we can use the same formula for it?
No, if you want to use the same formula, it's not identical. Remember, are you talking about the stock?
Yes.
No, that's not what we call identical, please.
I know, but I just observed that the result we got at the end is similar to what we have at identical object. Is it
No,
same?
it's just coincidence. It's just coincidence.
Oh, okay.
It's just coincidence. Friday, what do you say?
No, I said it's just coincidence. That is not.
It's just coincidence. Yes. Yes.
Sir, please move this up small. Let me get the note down. Sorry.
Pastor Solomon, any question, please?
Hello, sir.
We can hear you.
In how many ways can 6 questions be selected out of 10?
Then you solve it then.
The 10, I just want to explain. The total number is 10. The select question is 6. Will be 10 combination of combination 6.
Yes. Are you still talking about the question that we solved? We solved it, we finished that one.
No, the other one. I just answered the other one. In how many ways can questions be selected out of?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
What about a situation whereby you have, should I call it 2 N's and maybe 2 R's? They tell you to maybe select so number of items, this from this, the other from the other. Is it that we work it and add them up or multiply them?
No, it's not addition, it's multiplication most times.
Okay.
For example, there was a question on a brand.
Okay.
Are you getting it?
Yes,
that one is just they are talking about food processing as its brand of a seasoning agent, and from which it wish to prepare a gift package containing 5 seasonings. So please, can you please mute yourself? Who is Oyetola Gbemisola Sarah? Mute yourself. So what I've said is it all depends on the selection, it all depends on the way the question is being asked. For example, in your manual or in other committee, some people use committee, some people use selection, and in most cases, nobody will ask you, because in your own case, if you are a science student now, they will be asking you cyclic question, distinct question and some other questions. But in this case, most times they just focus on combination and permutation and so many other things that are supposed to be, that is useful. If you have object A, B, C, and they ask you to arrange, we take two objects at a time. Or for combination, they can ask you, if they said there is no order regard, if they don't regard any order, it simply means you are to use what? It simply means you are to use what we call a permutation, combination, to be able to solve some of the problem. Okay, somebody is saying a committee of 4 men and 6 women to be selected. Once you hear selected, what is it telling you?
Combination, sir.
That's
Combination.
Combination, sir.
So you can treat them the same way we treated that last question. Look at it very well and treat them, and from then you'll be able to get, that's why I give you different questions from different angles. Am I communicating? Any other question?
So the second question in the chat box doesn't have selected or arranged. How do we handle such a question?
Okay, can you read it, please?
Okay.
12 students,
12 students are to pose photographs after a social gathering at FCT. 4 students are from Lagos State, 3 are from Kano State, and the remaining are from Kwara State. How many possible photographs can they take if students from the same state must stand close to one another?
When you hear possible, what does it say? Remember, they are not saying select.
Probability.
What does it mean?
Possible.
If I ask you, how do you think, how many ways do you think is possible to arrange this fellow?
Of course, that's probability.
They are talking about improbability ways. We are moving to probability after now. So if time permits us, if they did not, on the normal day, the lecture has ended. Let me just